What was it like appearing on BBC Radio 5 Live talking about the midwife shortage? Well, I'll tell you, my heart was pounding. Here's how it sounded.
BBC analysis shows that 70% of NHS maternity units in England are failing to consistently meet safety standards, in part due to an ongoing shortage of midwives. In whole, scary, frightening figures. Staff numbers have risen by just 7% over the past decade. 2,500 posts remain vacant. The government says it is increasing training places through its NHS long-term workforce plan. Right, we need to talk about this.
The reason actually why I moved privately in the first place is because I didn't feel like I could give the care that I'd been trained to give in the NHS.
Do you think then that there is a significant increase in the level and quality of care that those 4 women are getting, like a noticeable increase in the level and quality of care?
Absolutely, because the thing is with midwifery is it's not just about the clinical procedures. It's not just going and throwing someone some paracetamol and walking away. It's about the emotional support. It's about having time to do proper breastfeeding support and speaking to these women, speaking to their families, asking them questions. How are you feeling? And there's just that is that holistic level of care that you just cannot give in the NHS. And it breaks our souls as midwives because it's such a massive profession and people don't just go into midwifery to do a bad job. Like, we're caring people. We want to look after the people in our care. And it's just awful when you just feel like you've run around, you've done the bare necessities, you've written in everyone's notes, because obviously you have to do that to cover your own back. And that's basically it. So yes, definitely, I do see a big, massive difference. And also, when people are in labour, on a typical NHS ward, you're probably talking about 12 labour and delivery rooms. You've then got 2 probably emergency theatres, and you've probably got 2 anaesthetists on the labour ward. And what happens then is you get a backlog of people that want an epidural. They're all backing up. And I've been in a position before where I've been looking after a woman and she's wants an epidural, and I've looked at the boards and I've thought, there's no way this woman's going to get an epidural before this baby comes out, because the 2 anaesthetists are in the emergency theatres. There's no way that they're going to come out. And even before my patient, there's another 3 that have requested an epidural on the delivery board. It's just awful. And you have to lie to these women and say, oh, the anaesthetist is coming, they're on their way. And you know that they're probably not going to get there before that lady delivers, whereas at least in the private sector, you call the anaesthetist and they come straight away.